Look, you know how hard I work, how tirelessly I work for the good people of Pennsylvania, traveling to all 67 counties, to every corner of this Commonwealth. And that is why today, here in Pittsburgh, I am announcing my campaign to be the next governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
It's official. Attorney General Josh Shapiro is in the race for the Democratic nomination for governor. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us here on KDKA News at noon and CBSN Pittsburgh. I'm Lindsay Ward. The Attorney General released a video this morning and made his in-person official announcement less than an hour ago on the north side. He says he will continue to fight for workers' rights, justice for the victims of sex abuse by priests, and defend voting rights. Our Chris Hoffman joins us live from Riverview Park, where the AG's campaign just launched. Chris, good afternoon.
Lindsay, he just wrapped up his speech probably about 15 minutes ago. Attorney General Josh Shapiro was on that stage for about 25 minutes or so in the shadow of the city skyline, which he made reference to right out of the gate, talking about Highmark and UPMC, a deal he helped to broker a couple years ago that's supposed to last for about 10 years at that point from a couple years ago. He referenced that deal and some of the other things he's working for that hit the traditions of Western Pennsylvania. He talked about the working class, trying to work with unions and making sure all workers get the benefits, the pay they deserve, hitting on that rich history here of the working class and unions in the Western Pennsylvania area. He also did talk about his other roles he took on and other challenges they faced in the Attorney General's office, one of those being the sex abuse scandal of the Roman Catholic Church. He talked about how he held the powerful accountable there. He wants to continue doing that in his bid for governor. He also talked about how he will continue to fight for voting rights and talked about how what some are calling the big lie from the election of last year, where he says there are election odds. He wants to fight against those to protect the voting rights of Pennsylvanians. Now, we do know this is an area that is very influential in politics. Just take a look at the presidential election. President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump were both in our area several times, knowing this is a big swing area of the state. You have the traditional Democrats, and you have also that can sometimes flip that we saw like in the 2016 election. So this will play a big key role. Take a listen to Attorney General Josh Shapiro here as he talks about how we need to, the state needs to work for all Pennsylvanians, not just those in certain pockets.
I think we all know that Pennsylvanians need a governor who will take on the powerful and be on their side. Because as a Commonwealth, we're facing some serious challenges right now. Many of them laid bare by COVID, from healthcare to education to the workforce. Now we've got to help our businesses grow, help families put food on the table and keep a roof over their head. The challenges of making sure our economy works in our small towns and in our rural communities and not just in the big cities, because hear me on this, main streets matter in Pennsylvania.
Now, this announcement didn't come without challenge. Former mayoral candidate Will Parker was very vocal just outside the fenced-in area, making sure Josh Shapiro could hear him. And as he challenged many of the ideas that Josh Shapiro says he fights for, Will Parker was not very happy with and even announced he's running for governor. But some other things that the AG Shapiro talked about include helping build back businesses and take lessons we've learned from this pandemic and institute them so the state can keep growing. You'll hear a lot more from him a little bit later this afternoon in our newscast, so stay with us throughout the day as we continue to follow this announcement and bring you the latest on the election going into the spring primaries. Live on the North Shore, Chris Hoffman, KDKA News.